Over time, sediment naturally builds up in our waterways, affecting navigation, shipping, and even flood control. That's why the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers dredges, to keep ports open, protect vital infrastructure, and maintain safe and efficient access for businesses and our communities. Moving bulk commodities like iron ore, salt, grain, coal, stone, and more over water is dramatically more efficient than using other modes of transportation like trains or trucks. Without dredging, the material that builds up each year would accumulate in the rivers and harbors that make up the Great Lakes navigation system, limiting or preventing commercial navigation.
Without that dredging, the ships would have to carry less cargo and not be fully utilized to their capacity, or eventually the ships may not even be able to make it into the port at all. So dredging is absolutely essential.
But how do we know when dredging is needed? Our survey team goes out twice a year, once at the start of the season and again at the end. Using sound, navigation, and ranging radar, otherwise known as sonar, they measure the depth of navigation channels and identify the areas where dredging is most critical. Dredging is the process of removing sediment from the bottom of rivers, lakes, and harbors. Using specialized equipment, we carefully extract material while minimizing impacts to aquatic ecosystems.
The sediment removal process uses a dredge to excavate the accumulated sediment and debris. A dredge is either partially or completely submerged in water and allows the operator to easily gather the sediment and transport it to a different location.
There are a few different methods used in dredging: mechanical and hydraulic. Mechanical dredging works like a shovel and a bucket, scooping up sediment and debris. Hydraulic dredging acts more like a vacuum cleaner, suctioning up sand and sediment through a pipeline system. What do we find in dredged sediment? Mostly natural materials like sand, silt, clay, and organic matter, but sometimes pollutants too. That's why every dredging project begins with thorough environmental testing to ensure the material is handled safely and properly.
We have some environmental sections. We have environmental analysis that does the reporting and coordinating with the state agencies. We also have an environmental data science and environmental health team to review the sediments.
Our environmental analysis team collects surface grab samples from multiple sites where the dredged material originates. These samples are tested regularly to ensure they meet strict health and safety standards. The quality of the sediment determines how it can be used. Once the sediment meets Federal Clean Water Act guidelines, ensuring the protection of both aquatic life and human life, placement of the sediment can be determined. Options for placement include open lake placement, confined placement, upland recycling facilities, or beneficial use, such as shoreline protection or habitat restoration. At Unity Island in Buffalo, dredged material wasn't just removed, it was repurposed, proving just how much of a resource sediment is. Through beneficial use, we transformed what was once a polluted riverbed into a thriving wetland habitat, improving water quality and supporting local biodiversity.
Our monitoring has shown really incredible uplift in the plant community, the fish community, as well as overall habitat quality.
And this was just one success story. There are many other examples where beneficial use of dredged material helped create a thriving ecosystem and environment. One challenge to beneficial use projects is that they can be limited by cost. The farther the dredged material needs to travel from its source, and the more it needs to be handled, the more expensive it becomes. That's why these projects often require a committed partner, someone willing to invest funds up front to make the vision a reality. The Corps of Engineers aims to use at least 70% of dredged material for beneficial use by 2030.
We can use clean dredge material and create wetland systems like this that provide benefits that we anticipated. Really kind of reconfirm that this sediment is a commodity. It's not a waste product that we need to dispose of, but given the right properties, it can be a commodity and a resource that we can use to do cool projects like this.
Dredging supports and fuels local economies, keeping ports open for commerce, creating jobs, and breathing new life into waterfronts. From maintaining safe shipping lanes to restoring vital ecosystems, dredging delivers long-term value to our communities.
The Port of Toledo is a huge economic driver for our region. We support about 8,000 jobs through the Port of Toledo, and we have about $1 billion in annual economic impact. The dredging and the cargo movement support a lot of different industries as well.
Dredging is not a one-time effort, it's a continuous, never-ending cycle. Each year, sediment naturally moves and settles due to water flow, making ongoing dredging essential to keep our waterways safe, navigable, and thriving.
Just the very nature of this area, the shallowness of the lake, and the fact that it was once swampland all contribute to the factor that we really need to dredge annually.
Smart dredging is more than routine maintenance. It's an investment in our future. By keeping waterways navigable, protecting infrastructure, and supporting ecosystem restoration, the Corps of Engineers is shaping stronger, safer, and more sustainable waterways in our communities.